Gathering information from the course ratings and films throughout the year, I believe that blacks, specifically blacks living in ghettos, are denied their autonomy and, to another extent, their freedom. Because we allow this to happen, we are allowing racism and inequality to continue and thrive. There are many social constructs that are used for the denial of blacks' autonomy, and from this, they are set up for failure, in a continuation of this cycle. Being born in the ghetto, blacks have no choice of schools. They are left to the poorest schools and have little to no chance to succeed. They succeed in these schools. These schools are often in proximity to waste treatment centers with hazardous facilities. We see in Susan Bickford's article that it isn't an accident that this happened. It was set up this way because nobody cares about the success or failure of black children. When you receive poor education and live in your city, you're left with only a few realistic options. The first would be get a crappy job and not make enough money to support yourself, stay in the city, and eventually get arrested at some point, even if you're clearly doing nothing wrong due to racial profiling. The second option would be to become a drug dealer, but then you will inevitably get caught and arrested and go to jail and face the possibility of entering solitary confinement, where you would be alone for what would be months or years, and will soon lose your humanness. The last option is that you join a gang, like what we saw in Masters of the Party, and end up objectifying members of rival gangs by treating them as fungible and denying their subjectivity when they kill one another. Because it seems illogical to kill someone that is not treated as fungible or hasn't been denied subjectivity if that person has done nothing wrong. In each of these options, blacks have been denied their autonomy in the sense that they weren't given an option or a chance to evaluate the situation that they were presented with and do something better with it. They were stuck with subpar choices, which really doesn't seem to be a choice at all. The first option, where the black had a crappy job and ended up getting racially profiled, he was denied his autonomy because he had two choices: act without reason and retaliate, or sit and try and reason with the police and get beaten down and killed, like in the movie that took place in Fruitvale. Second option, where the black goes to jail for selling drugs, is the only option, where the black is not being denied their autonomy, because by punishing the black, they are seen as autonomous people that have reason and did something to deserve to be punished. However, for this scenario to be able to occur was not really a choice, and this is still, therefore, a denial. We see now that from the start, blacks are denied their opportunity to break, except for a few, out of this pattern. That will continue as long as we allow it to, and I believe that we have a moral obligation to stop allowing these problems to occur in our society.